Chapter 1: The Villain Omega Escapes. The first thing Lin Hua did after transmigrating into a villain Omega concubine was slap the crown prince. The entire imperial court went silent. Lin Hua sat frozen too. Because honestly, that wasn't planned. 1 second he'd been a gardener in modern-day Raleigh, covered in dirt and trying to save a dying orchid in his tiny greenhouse. The next he woke, kneeling in a palace hall wearing silk robes, while an absurdly handsome man glared down at him from a golden throne. Then memories crashed into his brain. The Poisoned Omega Concubine, a Palace BL novel he'd hate-read online. And unfortunately, he had transmigrated into the story's psychotic villain Omega, the one obsessed with the crown prince, the one who drugged people, framed servants, destroyed lives, and eventually got executed. Lin Hua remembered the exact scene. The villain was begging the crown prince for affection. The crown prince rejected him publicly. The villain lost his mind and apparently slapped him. The sharp cracks still echoed through the hall. Oh, he was fucked. The crown prince slowly turned his face back toward him. Beautiful, cold, deadly. Shen Zhao was the empire's perfect alpha heir, tall enough to tower over everyone in the room. Black robes embroidered with gold dragons. Sharp eyes filled with murderous disbelief. The guards immediately drew swords. "How dare you!" Lin Hua reacted instantly. He slammed his forehead into the marble floor. "Your Highness, forgive me. I've recently achieved enlightenment." Silence. "What?" Lin Hua kept his head down. "I no longer desire romance. You slapped me." "Yes. And?" "It was part of my spiritual journey." The ministers looked horrified. One old nobleman nearly fainted. Shen Zhao stared at him for a very long time. Then unexpectedly, he laughed. Not warmly, not kindly, but genuinely. The terrifying crown prince actually laughed. "You've gone insane." Lin Hua thought, correct. 3 days later, the palace received another shock. The infamous Omega concubine requested exile from the inner palace. No rank, no servants, no riches, just land outside the capital. Everyone assumed it was another manipulation tactic. Only Lin Hua knew the truth. He wanted absolutely nothing to do with palace drama. He survived landscaping jobs in summer heat. He was not surviving poison politics and crazy alphas. "Your Highness," a servant whispered nervously, "if you leave the palace, your life will become difficult." Lin Hua looked at the massive farmland attached to the abandoned estate, then at the sunlight, then at the empty gardening fields. His eyes started sparkling. "Difficult," he whispered emotionally. "This is heaven." 2 months later, rumors spread through the capital. The villain Omega had changed, completely. Instead of seducing nobles, he sold flowers. Instead of causing chaos, he spent entire days gardening beside commoners. Instead of wearing jeweled silks, he walked around in rolled sleeves covered in dirt. And somehow that made him even prettier. The abandoned estate transformed into a paradise of flowers and herbs. Moon lilies, golden chrysanthemums, rare spirit orchids, even vegetables larger than anyone had ever seen. Women lined up for his perfumes. Nobles bought his flowers for ridiculous prices. Even ministers secretly visited his gardens. Lin Hua finally felt peaceful. Until the day the crown prince showed up. Lin Hua was knee-deep in soil, muttering about tomato roots when a shadow fell over him. "You're filthy." That deep voice nearly made him eat dirt. Lin Hua looked up and immediately wanted to scream. Crown Prince Shen Zhao stood beneath the garden arch wearing dark robes and leather gloves, looking wildly out of place among flowers. Even worse, he was unfairly handsome, like stupidly handsome, the kind of handsome that caused national problems. Lin Hua quickly stood. "Your Highness?" Shen Zhao's cold eyes swept across the garden. "You truly left." "Yep." "You no longer wish to return?" "Absolutely not." The answer came too fast. A few guards coughed awkwardly, but Shen Zhao only stared harder. The Omega before him looked nothing like the obsessive concubine from before. His hair was tied carelessly. His cheeks carried sunlight instead of powder. There was dirt on his jaw, and for some reason, Shen Zhao couldn't stop looking at him. "You grew all this yourself?" Lin Hua nodded proudly. "The roses are my favorites." The crown prince walked closer. Too close. The scent of dominant alpha pheromones wrapped heavily around the garden air. Lin Hua stiffened instantly. Omega instincts. Damn it! Shen Zhao noticed. His eyes darkened slightly. "You fear me?" "Obviously. You're the future emperor. And you execute people." A guard choked. Shen Zhao actually smirked. "You speak boldly for someone who once cried outside my chambers." Lin Hua wanted to die. "That wasn't me emotionally." "Emotionally? I've evolved." The crown prince laughed quietly again, and somehow that was worse. After that day, Shen Zhao kept returning. At first it was official inspections, then security checks, then passing nearby. Complete bullshit. Lin Hua noticed immediately, but he pretended not to, mostly because the crown prince started bringing him gifts, rare seeds, ancient gardening books, expensive tools. One time he brought him an entire plum tree. "Aren't you busy running an empire?" Lin Hua asked. Shen Zhao looked calm. "I delegate." "To flirt?" The guards looked terrified, but the crown prince only leaned against the garden fence and watched him smile beneath the sunlight. "I don't know," Shen Zhao said quietly. "Is it working?" Lin Hua's face went hot. Damn Alpha. Unfortunately, the crown prince wasn't the only one interested, because someone else had already fallen first. Captain Lu Wei, the crown prince's personal guard, the empire's strongest swordsman, and arguably the most handsome man in the capital. Tall, scar across his throat, cold black uniform wrapped around a body built like violence itself. Every Omega in the capital wanted him. Lu Wei wanted exactly one person, the Omega kneeling in dirt talking lovingly to cabbages. "You're overwatering them." Lin Hua looked up from the garden beds. "Oh, hi, Captain Hotface." Silence. Several guards nearly died. Lu Wei blinked slowly. "Captain Hotface?" Lin Hua pointed at him casually. "You're scary and handsome. That's basically your entire personality." The nearby soldiers looked ready for burial, but unexpectedly Lu Wei's ears turned red. Lin Hua burst out laughing, and in that exact moment, the dangerous captain fell completely and utterly in love. Unfortunately for him, the crown prince was already watching from the pavilion above, and Shen Zhao looked ready to kill someone. Chapter 2, the alpha who couldn't share the atmosphere in the pavilion turned murderous. Lin Hua noticed immediately, mostly because every guard in the garden suddenly looked like they were preparing for war. Captain Lu Wei still stood beside the vegetable beds, tall and expressionless, except for the faint redness lingering on his ears, which honestly made the terrifying man even hotter. Unfortunately, the crown prince noticed too. Shen Zhao rested one arm lazily against the pavilion railing above them, but his eyes? Ice cold. "Captain Lu." Lu Wei immediately straightened. "Your Highness." The air between the two alphas became suffocating. Dominant pheromones crashed together violently. Several nearby servants nearly collapsed. Lin Hua blinked. "Whoa!" Nobody listened to him. Shen Zhao descended the pavilion stairs slowly, graceful, deadly, beautiful enough to ruin lives. Every step felt deliberate, like a predator approaching another predator. And somehow Lin Hua was standing in the middle of it. Great. Fantastic. He'd transmigrated into a BL novel just to become relationship collateral damage. Shen Zhao stopped beside him. Too close again. "You seem comfortable with my captain," the crown prince said mildly. Lin Hua looked between them, then pointed honestly. "You're both ridiculously attractive." I adapted quickly. Silence. A gardener dropped a watering bucket. One guard whispered a prayer. Lu Wei stared at him like he'd been struck by lightning. Meanwhile, Shen Zhao's expression became unreadable. "Dangerous. You flirt boldly," the crown prince murmured. Lin Hua scoffed. No, Your Highness. Bold flirting would be saying Captain Lu looks like he could throw me through a wall. Dead silence. What? And you, Lin Hua continued helpfully, look like emotional repression with expensive hair. A soldier in the distance choked so hard someone had to pat his back. Lu Wei turned away abruptly. His shoulders were shaking. The terrifying captain was trying not to laugh. Shun Zhao stared at Lin Hua for several long seconds. Then unexpectedly, he stepped closer. Close enough for Lin Hua to smell cedar and smoke beneath his alpha scent. You truly aren't afraid anymore, Shen Zhao said quietly. Lin Hua froze slightly, because that voice sounded different. Lower, softer, more dangerous. Before he could answer, scream echoed from the outer garden. Everyone turned instantly. A servant girl came running down the stone path in tears. Your Highness! She fell to her knees. The west greenhouse collapsed. Lin Hua's eyes widened. My orchids! He sprinted immediately. Without etiquette, without dignity, just pure panic. My babies! The crown prince and Lu Wei followed close behind. The west greenhouse stood partially shattered from a storm the night before. Wooden beams had collapsed inward. Glass scattered across the soil. Several rare spirit orchids lay crushed beneath debris. Lin Hua looked devastated. Actually devastated. Oh no! He knelt carefully beside one broken pot. The tiny silver orchid inside had snapped cleanly down the center. His expression crumbled. And for some reason, both alphas felt something twist painfully in their chests. It took months, Lin Hua whispered quietly. The garden workers all looked nervous. No one had ever seen the Omega so silent before. Shun Zhao moved first. Repair it, the servants blinked. Immediately, the crown prince ordered coldly. Use imperial funds. Lin Hua looked up quickly. No, that's expensive. I wasn't asking. Then Lu Wei stepped forward. Without hesitation, the Empire's strongest swordsman removed his outer uniform coat and knelt directly in the dirt beside Lin Hua. I can stabilize the beams temporarily, he said calmly. The surrounding guards looked horrified. Their captain, the terrifying war hero, was covered in soil holding broken flower pots. Lin Hua stared. Captain Hotface, stop calling me that. But your ears turn red every time. Lu Wei went completely still. Shun Zhao's face darkened instantly. The crown prince crouched beside Lin Hua too, which somehow felt even more shocking. What do you need? Shen Zhao asked. Lin Hua blinked. For the greenhouse? Yes. Wood support, new glass panels, drainage replacement, rich soil. Shen Zhao nodded once. It'll be done. Lin Hua stared at him, then at Lu Wei helping salvage broken plants with terrifying seriousness. Something strange settled warmly in his chest, because no one in the original novel had ever cared about the villain Omega. Not really, the original Lin Hua died hated. Alone, used, but now these terrifying men were kneeling in dirt helping him save flowers. Honestly, that felt emotionally illegal. You're smiling, Shen Zhao said suddenly. Lin Hua touched his face instinctively. Am I? The crown prince's gaze lingered on him, and for one dangerous moment, the world felt strangely quiet. Until Your Highness, a furious voice interrupted everything. Everyone turned. A beautiful Omega stood at the garden entrance wearing pale blue robes. Elegant, refined, cold. The moment Lin Hua saw him, his soul nearly left his body, because he recognized him immediately. Su Yan, the original novel's protagonist Omega, the actual love interest, the one destined to marry the crown prince. Oh no, oh no. Lin Hua immediately backed away from Shen Zhao like his life depended on it, because technically, it did. The original villain Omega bullied Su Yan relentlessly, which eventually led to his execution. Lin Hua wanted absolutely none of that storyline. Su Yan's sharp eyes landed on him instantly, then on Shen Zhao kneeling beside him, then on Lu Wei holding gardening tools nearby. The Omega protagonist looked stunned. Your Highness, Su Yan said carefully, you missed the banquet. Shen Zhao didn't even look away from Lin Hua. I was occupied, Lin Hua internally screamed. Su Yan slowly turned toward him. The tension became unbearable. Then unexpectedly, Su Yan walked closer to the flower beds. These moon lilies, he said softly. You grew them yourself? Lin Hua blinked. Yeah? Su Yan touched one gently. His expression softened almost immediately. They're beautiful. Oh. Oh no, he was pretty too. Lin Hua's survival instincts activated instantly. You can take some. The entire garden froze. Even Su Yan looked surprised. Lin Hua shoved flowers at him aggressively. Please take them. Why are you panicking? Take the flowers and don't hate me. Su Yan stared at him for several seconds. Then, to everyone's shock, he laughed. Warmly, genuinely. And suddenly the original story started derailing even harder. Unfortunately, that was exactly when Shen Zhao realized something terrifying. Lin Hua truly intended to leave him behind, and the crown prince of the empire did not handle rejection well at all. Chapter 3. The crown prince gets jealous. The problem with beautiful men, Lin Hua decided, was that they were mentally exhausting, especially powerful beautiful men, especially possessive powerful beautiful men, and especially crown princes who stared at you like they wanted to lock you inside a golden cage. 3 days after Su Yan visited the gardens, Shen Zhao became unbearable. Not openly. The crown prince was too controlled for that, too elegant, too politically terrifying. But Lin Hua noticed the changes immediately. Every morning, new gifts arrived. Rare snow lotus seeds, imported gardening silk from the southern provinces, a fountain carved from white jade. Who sends someone a fountain? Lin Hua stood in front of the massive marble structure in disbelief. Why? A servant coughed nervously. His Highness said your garden lacked atmosphere. It lacked financial irresponsibility. Meanwhile, Captain Lu Wei had become equally ridiculous. The terrifying swordsman started appearing daily under increasingly terrible excuses. The crown prince ordered additional security. For tomatoes? There could be assassins. In the cabbage patch? Lu Wei looked completely serious. Vegetables are vulnerable. Lin Hua stared at him for a full 10 seconds, then snorted so hard he nearly inhaled dirt. Unfortunately, that exact moment became the problem. Because Lu Wei smiled, actually smiled, small, rare, dangerously handsome, and the nearby servant girls nearly fainted on sight. Lin Hua pointed immediately. See? You should do that more. Lu Wei's expression froze. Do what? Look less emotionally constipated. The captain stared at him silently, then his ears turned red again. Lin Hua collapsed laughing into the lettuce beds. Honestly, this world was healing him spiritually. Unfortunately, someone else witnessed the entire interaction. Shen Zhao stood beneath the garden archway with several ministers behind him. The crown prince's expression was calm, too calm. The ministers looked terrified. One quietly backed away. Another whispered, His Highness looks murderous. Lin Hua immediately stood. Oh, hi. Shen Zhao's gaze moved slowly from Lu Wei to Lin Hua, to the way the Omega was still laughing. The temperature in the garden dropped visibly. Captain Lu, Shen Zhao said smoothly. Yes, Your Highness. You seem free lately. The captain instantly straightened. My apologies. Lin Hua narrowed his eyes immediately. Oh, that tone. That was jealousy. The crown prince was jealous, and somehow that realization made his stomach flip. Absolutely unacceptable. Lin Hua decided instantly to ignore those emotions. Your Highness, he interrupted quickly. Want a strawberry? Silence. Shen Zhao blinked once. A what? Lin Hua proudly held up a freshly picked strawberry. It's sweet. I grew them yesterday. The ministers looked horrified. Nobody offered the future emperor fruit with dirt still attached. But Shen Zhao stared at the strawberry for a long moment, then took it directly from Lin Hua's fingers. The contact lasted barely a second. Still Omega instincts reacted instantly. Lin Hua stiffened, and Shen Zhao noticed. The Crown Prince's eyes darkened subtly. Then, without breaking eye contact, he bit into the strawberry. Juice stained his lower lip red. Lin Hua's brain completely stopped functioning. Oh no, oh that was unfair. That should genuinely be illegal. Several nearby servants immediately looked away in embarrassment, because somehow eating fruit had become obscenely intimate. Sweet, Shen Zhao said quietly. Lin Hua forgot how breathing worked. Unfortunately, Captain Lu Wei noticed too, and the captain's expression became terrifyingly cold. For the first time, the two alphas looked directly at each other without restraint. The tension became suffocating. Lin Hua looked between them slowly. Are y'all about to start mating season behavior in my vegetable garden? Dead silence. A minister dropped an entire scroll. Lu Wei coughed violently. Even Shen Zhao looked caught off guard. Lin Hua sighed. I'm serious. I just planted onions. Don't make this weird. The Crown Prince suddenly laughed softly beneath his breath. And somehow, that sound felt more intimate than flirting. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Lin Hua immediately changed the subject. Anyway, why are ministers here? Shen Zhao's amusement vanished instantly. The northern nobles are arriving for the Imperial Hunting Festival next month. Lin Hua blinked. Oh, it's okay. Their sons will attend. Still okay? Shen Zhao stepped closer. Too close. Again. They'll smell your pheromones. Oh. Lin Hua finally understood. The Crown Prince looked annoyed because other alphas might pursue him during the festival, which was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Because Shen Zhao technically already had a destined love interest, Su Yan. The beautiful Omega protagonist, the original story literally revolved around them. Lin Hua crossed his arms stubbornly. You should focus on your actual Omega. The garden went silent. Shen Zhao's expression sharpened instantly. My what? Su Yan, Lin Hua said carefully. You're supposed to like him. The moment the words left his mouth, something dangerous shifted in the Crown Prince's face. The ministers looked horrified again. Lu Wei went completely still. Shen Zhao stepped forward slowly until Lin Hua's back nearly touched the garden fence. You think I want Su Yan? Lin Hua blinked nervously. Don't you? The Crown Prince leaned down slightly, close enough for Lin Hua to feel warm breath against his ear. No, Shen Zhao said quietly. I think I've made my interest very clear. Lin Hua's entire body short-circuited, because alpha pheromones crashed around him heavily. Possessive, dominant, warm. Omega instincts reacted violently. His knees nearly gave out. Shit. This body was biologically betraying him. Shen Zhao noticed immediately. His eyes darkened further. Your Highness, Lu Wei said suddenly. Cold, warning. The Crown Prince slowly looked up. The captain stood several feet away with one hand resting on his sword. Protective, territorial, over Lin Hua. Oh my God, they were actually fighting over him. Like some deranged Omega romance drama. Lin Hua wanted to throw himself into a river. Instead, a loud voice suddenly echoed from the estate entrance. Lin Hua, everyone turned. An older woman stormed into the gardens holding a basket. Auntie May, the elderly vegetable seller from the nearby village. She marched directly toward Lin Hua without a shred of fear toward the Imperial soldiers. You forgot your soup containers again! Lin Hua gasped. My dumplings! The terrifying tension shattered instantly. He rushed toward her happily. Meanwhile, the northern ministers stared in absolute disbelief, because the future emperor of the nation and the empire's deadliest captain had both just been abandoned. For dumplings. Chapter 4. The Hunting Festival Chaos. The Imperial Hunting Festival was a terrible idea. Lin Hua realized this immediately upon arrival. Too many nobles, too many alphas, too many people pretending murder was a social activity. The royal hunting grounds stretched across endless golden forests outside the capital. Massive silk tents lined the hillsides. Servants rushed everywhere carrying wine and weapons. Noble heirs showed off expensive horses, while Omegas gathered beneath shaded pavilions, pretending not to judge everyone. Lin Hua already wanted to go home. Unfortunately, the Crown Prince personally invited him, which really meant, you're coming whether you like it or not. Currently, Lin Hua sat beneath a pavilion wearing dark green robes Auntie Mei forced him into. Apparently, his usual gardening clothes were a crime against beauty. You clean up nicely, Su Yan admitted while sipping tea beside him. Lin Hua sighed dramatically. I miss dirt. Su Yan laughed softly. Over the past month, the original protagonist Omega had become unexpectedly close to him. Mostly because Su Yan discovered Lin Hua genuinely wanted nothing from the Crown Prince, which apparently made him trustworthy. Half the capital thinks the Crown Prince is obsessed with you, Su Yan said casually. Lin Hua nearly choked on tea. What? You didn't notice? I noticed emotional instability. Across the hunting ground Shen, Zhao sat atop a black warhorse looking unfairly attractive beneath the sunlight. Black riding robes, gold arm guards, hair tied high, like some fantasy novel specifically designed to ruin Omega lives. And unfortunately, the Crown Prince's eyes kept drifting toward Lin Hua, repeatedly, openly, possessively. The surrounding nobles noticed too. Whispers spread instantly. That's the Omega? The gardener? The former concubine? I heard the Crown Prince visits his estate every week. I heard Captain Lu Wei sleeps there. That cannot possibly be true. Lin Hua wanted to evaporate. Meanwhile, Captain Lu Wei stood beside Shen Zhao's horse in full black uniform, looking like violence personified. The scar across his throat only made him hotter, which honestly felt rude. Several noble Omegas nearby were openly staring. One whispered, I'd let him ruin my life. Lin Hua accidentally snorted loud enough for Lu Wei to hear. The captain looked over immediately. Their eyes met, and suddenly that terrifying man walked directly toward him. The nearby Omegas looked ready to faint. Su Yan smirked beside him. Oh, this is entertaining. Lin Hua ignored him. Lu Wei stopped in front of the pavilion, tall, silent, intimidating. Then he held out something awkwardly, a flower crown, tiny white flowers woven carefully together. The entire pavilion froze. Lin Hua blinked. Captain Hotface, stop calling me that. But this is adorable. Lu Wei's ears immediately turned red again. Holy shit. The Empire's strongest swordsman made him a flower crown. With his own hands. Several noble heirs looked spiritually devastated. Shen Zhao looked ready to start a war. Lin Hua slowly accepted the crown. You made this? Lu Wei nodded once. For luck during the hunt. Lin Hua stared at him, then unexpectedly smiled. A real smile. Warm enough to make Lu Wei completely lose emotional stability. Unfortunately, that exact moment became catastrophic, because Shen Zhao finally snapped. The Crown Prince dismounted his horse and strode across the festival grounds without warning. Every noble immediately fell silent. The air became heavy with alpha pheromones, dominant, violent, territorial. Shen Zhao stopped directly in front of Lin Hua, then looked down at the flower crown in his hands. Cute, the Crown Prince said flatly. Lu Wei looked fearless. It suited him. The surrounding nobles started backing away slowly, like witnesses fleeing a crime scene. Lin Hua looked between them nervously. Oh no! Shen Zhao suddenly reached down and adjusted the flower crown on Lin Hua's head himself. Gentle fingers brushed softly through his hair. The contact made Lin Hua's breath hitch slightly. The Crown Prince's eyes darkened instantly at the reaction. Then Shen Zhao spoke quietly. Mine looks better. The entire festival lost its mind. Someone dropped wine. One noble woman whispered, He said mine. Su Yan covered his face with both hands because he was laughing too hard. Lin Hua wanted death, immediate death. Unfortunately, things got worse, because the royal horn suddenly sounded. The hunting competition was beginning, and Shen Zhao immediately announced, Lin Hua rides with me. Every noble alpha at the festival looked furious. Chapter 5. The Omega in the Forest. This is kidnapping, Lin Hua informed him. Shen Zhao looked completely calm atop the massive black horse. It's horseback riding. It's kidnapping with leather accessories. Several royal guards coughed violently to hide laughter. Lin Hua sat trapped in front of the crown prince on horseback while they rode deeper into the forest trails, which was already bad enough. But Shen Zhao's arm rested around his waist holding the reins. Way too close, way too warm, and the alpha scent surrounding him was making Lin Hua's omega instincts malfunction. Damn biology. You're tense, Shen Zhao murmured near his ear. You're kidnapping me majestically. The crown prince actually smiled faintly. Sunlight filtered through the trees around them. For a brief moment, everything felt strangely peaceful, until the horse stopped suddenly. Lin Hua blinked. Why are we stopping? Shen Zhao looked ahead sharply, then immediately pulled Lin Hua closer against his chest. Stay behind me. The cold command made Lin Hua freeze. A low growl echoed through the forest. Then another. 3 massive spirit wolves emerged from the trees. Their glowing silver eyes locked directly onto Lin Hua. Oh, hell no! The wolves circled slowly. Huge, starving, dangerous. Lin Hua immediately understood the problem. His omega scent. Shit, one wolf lunged. Shen Zhao moved instantly. The crown prince drew his sword with terrifying speed. Silver flashed through the air. Blood splattered across the leaves. The wolf crashed sideways with a shriek. Lin Hua stared in horror. You cut that thing in half! Shen Zhao stood protectively in front of him. Cold, beautiful, deadly. Stay close. The remaining wolves attacked together. But before Shen Zhao could strike, another figure exploded through the trees. Black uniform, sword like lightning. Captain Lu Wei, the strongest swordsman in the empire, moved like pure violence. One wolf died instantly. The other tried to flee. Lu Wei killed it before it reached the trees. Silence fell across the forest. Lin Hua stared between both men. How did you find us? Lu Wei sheathed his sword slowly. I followed. Shen Zhao narrowed his eyes. You tracked me? I tracked him. The tension immediately returned. Even covered in blood, these two were still competing. Unbelievable. Lin Hua rubbed his forehead tiredly. I need less attractive people in my life. Neither alpha responded because both were staring at him. Hard, possessively. Then suddenly a thunderstorm cracked across the sky. Rain poured instantly. Within seconds, all 3 of them were drenched. Perfect. Just perfect. We need shelter, Lu Wei said immediately. Shen Zhao nodded once. There's an abandoned hunter's cabin nearby. 10 minutes later, Lin Hua realized the universe hated him personally because the cabin had exactly 1 bed. 1 single bed. He stared at it silently. Then at the 2 powerful alphas behind him. Then back at the bed. I'm going to drown myself in the rain. Chapter 6. 1 bed, 2 alphas, and a very stressed omega. I'll sleep on the floor, Lin Hua said it immediately, quickly, before either alpha could start acting insane. Unfortunately, both Shen Zhao and Lu Wei answered at the exact same time. No. Lin Hua turned slowly. Why are you all synchronized like demonic soulmates? Neither man responded. Rain hammered violently against the cabin roof while thunder shook the forest outside. The tiny hunter's cabin suddenly felt way too small, way too warm, way too full of alpha pheromones. Lin Hua was suffering. The storm soaked through his robes completely, thin fabric clinging embarrassingly to his skin. And unfortunately, both alphas noticed. Shen Zhao looked away first, which somehow felt more dangerous than staring. Meanwhile, Lu Wei silently removed his outer uniform jacket and handed it toward him. Change before you get sick, Lin Hua blinked. You're being nice again. It's emotionally suspicious. Lu Wei's mouth twitched faintly. The terrifying captain was developing humor. Humanity truly was healing. Lin Hua accepted the coat and moved behind a folding screen near the corner of the cabin. Honestly, he expected privacy. What he did not expect was omega biology betrayal. The moment he peeled off his soaked robes, cold air brushed across sensitive skin, and his scent exploded into the room. Sweet, warm, fresh like crushed flowers after rain. Outside the screen, the cabin went dead silent. Oh no, oh no! Lin Hua froze instantly, because alpha pheromones surged heavily through the room in response. Dominant, sharp, possessive. The wooden floor actually creaked beneath Shen Zhao's grip on the table. Meanwhile, Lu Wei had gone terrifyingly still. Lin Hua wanted to pass away peacefully. This, he announced weakly from behind the screen, is everybody's worst day. No response. That was worse. Lin Hua quickly wrapped himself in Lu Wei's oversized coat. The black fabric nearly swallowed him whole. When he stepped out, both alphas looked up simultaneously and completely stopped functioning. Lin Hua's damp hair fell loosely around his face. The oversized black coat exposed one pale shoulder accidentally. His cheeks were warm from embarrassment. An omega scent still lingered softly in the air. Shen Zhao's gaze darkened instantly. Lu Wei looked moments away from losing all self-control. Lin Hua pointed accusingly. None of you better do anything weird. Weird? Shen Zhao repeated slowly. Yes, alpha nonsense. The crown prince leaned back in his chair slightly. You assume we lack restraint. You're glaring at each other like divorced warlords. Thunder cracked loudly outside. Then suddenly the cabin lights went out. Lin Hua yelped immediately. Oh, absolutely not. He hated darkness. Not because it was scary, but because modern horror movies spiritually traumatized him. Another lightning flash illuminated the room briefly. And instinctively, Lin Hua moved toward the nearest source of safety. Unfortunately, that happened to be Shen Zhao. The Omega nearly climbed directly into the Crown Prince's lap before realizing what he'd done. Everything froze. Lin Hua slowly looked up. Shen Zhao looked down at him with dangerously unreadable eyes. One strong hand had automatically settled against Lin Hua's waist. Warm, steady, possessive. Lin Hua's brain blue-screened instantly. I can explain. Can you? No. Another thundercrack sounded. Lin Hua flinched automatically, and before he could react, a second warmth settled beside him. Lu Wei. The captain had moved closer too, protective instincts overriding logic completely. Now Lin Hua was trapped between two massive alphas in near darkness. This was no longer a cabin. This was a hostage situation. Y'all smell like expensive bad decisions, Lin Hua muttered. Shockingly, Lu Wei laughed quietly. A real laugh, low, rough, dangerously attractive. Lin Hua stared at him in disbelief. Captain, hot face, you can make sounds? Lu Wei looked away slightly. Shen Zhao's hand tightened subtly against Lin Hua's waist. Jealous, again. The Crown Prince leaned closer slowly. You seem comfortable with him lately. Lin Hua narrowed his eyes. You're pouting. I do not pout. You absolutely pout in a rich person way. Lu Wei actually coughed to hide another laugh. Shen Zhao looked deeply offended, which honestly made him hotter. Terrible. Everything was terrible. Then suddenly the Omega bond instincts inside Lin Hua's body reacted violently. Because two dominant alphas surrounded him at once, warmth spread sharply through his stomach. His breathing hitched, and both men noticed immediately. The cabin became deadly silent. Shen Zhao's voice lowered dangerously. Lin Hua. Oh no. He knew that tone. That was Alpha noticing Omega distress tone. Lin Hua immediately stood up, too quickly. I'm sleeping. You're flustered. I'm dying, actually. Then, without warning, the cabin door burst open. Chapter 7: The Assassins and the Heat. 5 masked assassins stormed inside. Lin Hua screamed instantly. Why does everyone in this world enter dramatically? The assassins lunged. Everything exploded into chaos. Shen Zhao moved first. The Crown Prince drew his sword fast enough to blur. Blood splattered across the cabin wall almost immediately. Meanwhile, Lu Wei kicked the nearest assassin directly through a wooden table. The man crashed unconscious. Lin Hua stood frozen for exactly 1 second. Then survival instincts activated. He grabbed the nearest object, a frying pan, and smacked an assassin directly in the face. Clang! Everyone paused. Even the assassin looked confused before collapsing sideways. Lin Hua stared at the pan. Holy shit! Another attacker charged toward him. Before Lin Hua could react, Lu Wei caught the assassin by the throat one-handed and slammed him into the wall hard enough to crack wood. Terrifying. Actually terrifying. The captain looked ready to kill everyone breathing. Stay behind me, Lu Wei ordered coldly. Lin Hua immediately obeyed. Absolutely no arguments there. Meanwhile, Shen Zhao fought like a monster. Elegant, precise, cruel, the crown prince moved through the remaining assassins with horrifying calm. Within moments, the cabin fell silent again. Bodies littered the floor. Rain continued hammering outside. Lin Hua slowly lowered the frying pan. I contributed. Neither alpha answered, because both suddenly smelled it. Omega distress pheromones. Strong, too strong. Lin Hua realized the problem 1 second too late. Shit, adrenaline, fear, close alpha proximity. His Omega body was reacting automatically. Warmth spread sharply beneath his skin. His legs weakened instantly. Oh no! Shen Zhao looked at him sharply. Lu Wei's expression darkened immediately. The captain closed the cabin door fast. His heat, Lin Hua wanted death. Immediate death. No. Omega heats in this world were dangerous, especially around dominant alphas. Especially around possessive dominant alphas already obsessed with him. Lin Hua stumbled backward weakly. His skin burned. Every alpha scent in the room suddenly felt overwhelming. Shen Zhao approached slowly. Carefully, like approaching something fragile. Breathe, the crown prince said quietly. Easy for him to say. Lin Hua's entire nervous system was on fire. I hate this world, he whispered miserably. Lu Wei moved toward him too, but stopped several feet away, forcibly restraining himself. Veins visible beneath his clenched hands. The captain's control looked painful. That realization hit Lin Hua hard. Neither of them touched him. Even now, even with Omega instincts screaming desperately for comfort, they were holding back for him. The realization felt strangely intimate, dangerously intimate. Shen Zhao removed his outer robe slowly and wrapped it around Lin Hua's shoulders. The rich alpha scent nearly made his knees buckle again. You'll worsen if you panic, Shen Zhao murmured. Lin Hua grabbed his sleeve weakly. This is humiliating. The crown prince's expression softened unexpectedly. No, he said quietly. It isn't. Across the room, Lu Wei suddenly turned away sharply. Lin Hua blinked. Captain Hotface? The swordsman's jaw tightened. Your scent is affecting me. Honest, blunt, painfully controlled. Lin Hua's chest tightened strangely. Then suddenly another wave of heat hit him hard enough to make him whimper. The entire cabin went still. Absolute silence, because Omega whimpers did catastrophic things to alphas. Shen Zhao closed his eyes briefly like he was fighting himself. Lu Wei looked moments from snapping completely. Lin Hua realized with growing horror he might not survive this night emotionally or physically, and somehow the worst part was a very traitorous part of him trusted them completely. Chapter 8. The night nobody slept. Lin Hua spent the next 3 hours suffering spiritually and physically, mostly physically. The Omega heat burned through him in waves while the storm raged outside the cabin. Meanwhile, 2 extremely attractive alphas were trying very hard not to lose control, which honestly sounded like the setup for a disaster novel. Shen Zhao sat beside the bed with terrifying calm. Too calm. The crown prince looked composed on the outside, but Lin Hua noticed the tension in his hands every time another Omega scent wave spread through the room. Across the cabin, Lu Wei stood near the door like a guard dog personally fighting demons. His black uniform sleeves were rolled up, veins visible along his forearms. Jaw tight, breathing uneven. Lin Hua wanted to evaporate. I feel illegal, he muttered weakly. Shen Zhao handed him cool water immediately. You're overheating. Thank you, Dr. Alpha. The Crown Prince ignored the sarcasm. Then unexpectedly his fingers brushed lightly across Lin Hua's forehead, checking his temperature. The gentle touch nearly destroyed him emotionally, because nobody had touched him softly since transmigrating. Lin Hua froze. Shen Zhao noticed immediately, and his expression shifted subtly, softer, dangerous in an entirely different way. "You're shaking," Shen Zhao murmured. "That's because existence is difficult." From across the room, Lu Wei suddenly spoke, quietly. "I can leave." Lin Hua blinked. The captain kept his eyes averted. "Your scent will worsen near 2 alphas." The statement hit harder than expected, because Lu Wei genuinely meant it. He would walk into a storm alone rather than risk hurting Lin Hua. Something warm twisted painfully in Lin Hua's chest. "Don't go," he said before thinking. Silence. Lu Wei looked up immediately. Shen Zhao's eyes narrowed slightly. Lin Hua internally screamed. Fantastic. Now both men were staring at him like emotionally damaged wolves. "I just mean," Lin Hua said quickly, "there are assassins outside, and I don't want you dying dramatically in the rain." Lu Wei's expression softened anyway. "Understood." Oh no. That tiny look of happiness should not have been attractive. This world was attacking him personally. Chapter 9. The morning after. By sunrise, nobody had slept. The storm finally eased into soft rain outside the cabin windows. Lin Hua looked exhausted. Shen Zhao looked murderous. Lu Wei looked emotionally compromised. Overall, terrible group situation. Lin Hua sat wrapped in blankets near the fireplace while trying to recover dignity. Unfortunately, his omega scent still lingered lightly in the room, which meant both alphas kept looking at him. Constantly. It was becoming a public health issue. A royal physician finally arrived with guards shortly after dawn. The old beta doctor took one look at the cabin atmosphere, then immediately looked tired. "I see," Lin Hua pointed dramatically. "Tell them to stop staring at me." The physician wisely ignored that. After checking Lin Hua briefly, the old man sighed. "Stress-triggered heat," Lin Hua groaned. "Can I sue biology?" "No." "Cruel." The physician handed him herbal suppressants, then turned towards Shen Zhao carefully. "Your Highness, prolonged close contact could deepen instinctive bonds." The room fell silent. Lin Hua blinked slowly. "What bonds?" Nobody answered fast enough. Oh no, Lin Hua pointed accusingly between the 2 alphas. "What do you mean bonds?" The physician suddenly found the floor fascinating. When dominant alphas protect an omega during vulnerability, attachment instincts may strengthen naturally. Lin Hua stared blankly. "So basically, this body is auto-downloading feelings?" "In simplified terms." "That's horrifying." Shen Zhao looked amused. Lu Wei looked deeply conflicted. Lin Hua wanted a refund on transmigration. Chapter 10. Return to the capital. Returning to the capital became a nightmare immediately, because rumors spread faster than disease. Apparently someone discovered the Crown Prince disappeared overnight with an omega. Captain Lu Wei followed them alone into the forest. Assassins attacked. They all returned together. The capital lost its collective mind. By the time Lin Hua's carriage entered, the city people were literally staring from tea shop windows. One woman gasped dramatically. "That's him!" Lin Hua hid deeper beneath his hood. "I hate fame." Across from him inside the carriage, Shen Zhao looked completely relaxed, which felt unfair. "This is your fault. You hit me first. That was chapter 1. Let it go." The Crown Prince's mouth twitched slightly. Then unexpectedly, he reached over and adjusted Lin Hua's crooked hood gently. The soft touch made Lin Hua freeze. Again, everything with this man kept becoming accidentally intimate. Shen Zhao noticed his reaction instantly. Dangerous, very dangerous. Before Lin Hua could recover, the carriage suddenly stopped. A servant bowed outside nervously. "Your Highness, the Emperor requests your immediate presence." Shen Zhao's expression cooled instantly. Political mode. Dangerous prince mode. Lin Hua immediately preferred jealous prince mode, less terrifying. The Crown Prince looked toward him quietly. "Return to your estate. I'll visit tonight. Lin Hua narrowed his eyes. That sounded suspiciously husband-like. Did it? Yes. Shun Zhao looked entirely too pleased about that. Chapter 11, The Emperor Notices. The imperial court was chaos because the emperor had finally noticed his son's behavior. An Omega gardener. The emperor stared at Shun Zhao across the throne hall. You're neglecting political meetings for flowers. Shun Zhao remained perfectly calm. He interests me. That's the problem. The emperor rubbed his temples tiredly. The old ruler already knew his son was obsessive by nature. As a child, Shun Zhao once spent 3 years hunting a nobleman for insulting a palace servant. The crown prince loved deeply, dangerously deeply, and now apparently he'd attached himself to a strange Omega who grew cabbages. This was not reassuring. What about Su Yan? The emperor asked carefully. Shun Zhao looked genuinely confused. What about him? You were supposed to court him. According to whom? The emperor suddenly felt exhausted. Meanwhile, outside the palace, Su Yan himself was laughing uncontrollably while drinking tea with Lin Hua. He rejected destiny for vegetables, Su Yan wheezed. Lin Hua looked offended. My vegetables are incredible. You ruined the plot entirely. I know. Honestly, I support it. Lin Hua smiled slightly. For the first time since transmigrating, this world no longer felt like a death sentence. It felt real. Warm, alive, dangerous, but real. Chapter 12. The kiss that wasn't supposed to happen, it happened accidentally, which made it worse. Lin Hua was reorganizing herbs in the greenhouse late that evening when Shun Zhao appeared again. As usual, because apparently the crown prince no longer believed in personal boundaries. You came, Lin Hua said. You expected otherwise? No. That was the problem. The greenhouse glowed softly beneath hanging lanterns. Warm air, flowers blooming around them. Dangerously romantic atmosphere. Lin Hua should have recognized the trap immediately. Instead, he turned too quickly while carrying flower pots, slipped on spilled water, and fell directly into Shun Zhao's arms. Everything froze. The crown prince caught him instantly, one hand against his waist, the other against his back. Too close. Way too close. Lin Hua looked up automatically. Big mistake. Shun Zhao was staring at him like he'd already lost this battle months ago. The air changed. Quiet. Heavy. Lin Hua's heart started pounding. Neither moved. Neither breathed. Then without warning, Shun Zhao kissed him. Soft, brief, gentle enough to feel unreal. Lin Hua's entire soul exited his body. The crown prince pulled back slowly, like even he was surprised by himself. Silence filled the greenhouse. Then Lin Hua whispered, "Oh!" Shun Zhao looked completely calm externally, but his ears were slightly red. Victory. Tiny emotional victory. Unfortunately, that was exactly when Lu Wei walked in carrying fresh supplies and saw everything. Chapter 13. Captain Lu Wei breaks. The flower pots shattered first. Lu Wei dropped the entire crate. Ceramic exploded across the greenhouse floor. Nobody moved. The captain stood frozen near the entrance, staring at Shun Zhao's hands still resting against Lin Hua's waist. The silence became painful. Then very quietly Lu Wei asked, "Did you kiss him?" Shun Zhao answered immediately, "Yes." Lin Hua wanted to die. Lu Wei looked at Lin Hua next, and somehow that hurt worse. Not angry, not cold, just wounded. Oh no, oh this was emotionally catastrophic. "Captain Hotface, don't." The quiet interruption hurt unexpectedly. Lu Wei looked away sharply. For the first time since meeting him, the terrifying captain looked genuinely shaken. Then without another word, he turned and left the greenhouse. Lin Hua stared after him. His chest hurt strangely. Shun Zhao noticed immediately, and the crown prince's expression darkened. "You care for him." Lin Hua looked frustrated. "I care about both of you, idiot." That shut Shun Zhao up instantly. Unfortunately, Lin Hua realized too late what he'd admitted. The greenhouse fell silent again. Shen Zhao stared at him carefully, then asked quietly, "Both?" Lin Hua covered his face. "I'm going to start farming alone in the mountains." Chapter 14, The Scent Match. Things became dramatically worse 1 week later. Because the Imperial Palace hosted a scent compatibility ceremony, Lin Hua didn't even want to attend, but Su Yan dragged him there for entertainment. "I want to watch nobles embarrass themselves." "That's fair." The ceremony tested alpha-omega compatibility through spiritual incense, basically ancient fantasy biology nonsense. Lin Hua expected nothing, then his name got called accidentally. "Oh, hell no." Before he could escape, the incense activated. Silver smoke curled through the hall beautifully. Then instantly the entire room exploded with dominant alpha pheromones. Everyone froze because 2 separate alpha responses erupted simultaneously. Shen Zhao and Lu Wei. The spiritual incense reacted violently to both. The compatibility flames burned gold. An extremely rare match. The hall lost its collective sanity. One noble screamed. The priest dropped his scrolls. Su Yan whispered, "Oh, this is incredible." Lin Hua stood there horrified, while both alphas stared directly at him across the ceremonial hall. The priest looked spiritually overwhelmed. "In my 50 years, the old man whispered shakily, "I have never seen an Omega match 2 dominant alphas equally." Lin Hua pointed immediately. "I reject the science." Chapter 15. The Confession Under the Plum Tree. Lin Hua hid in his gardens afterward, naturally, because avoiding emotional problems was self-care. Night settled softly over the estate. Lanterns glowed beneath blooming plum trees. Lin Hua sat alone beside the pond trying to process his ruined existence. Then footsteps approached quietly. Lu Wei, the captain, stopped several feet away, still wearing black, still heartbreakingly handsome, still emotionally dangerous. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Lu Wei finally said quietly, "I tried to step back." Lin Hua looked up slowly. The captain's expression remained controlled, but his eyes gave everything away. "I told myself he was the crown prince," Lu Wei continued, "that I should stay loyal." Lin Hua's chest tightened painfully. "But," Lu Wei looked at him directly, and for the first time the terrifying swordsman stopped hiding completely. "But every time you smile at me," he said softly, "I forget how." Oh no. Lin Hua's heart absolutely betrayed him. The plum blossoms drifted gently through the night air around them. Beautiful, quiet, dangerous. Lu Wei stepped closer slowly, carefully, like he was giving Lin Hua every chance to run. "I know I should let him have you," Lu Wei admitted roughly, "but I can't." Lin Hua's breath caught, because nobody had ever looked at him this way before. Like he mattered, like he was precious, like he was worth fighting for. Then suddenly another voice spoke from the shadows. "You won't have to." Both men turned sharply. Shen Zhao stepped beneath the lantern light. The crown prince's gaze rested calmly on Lu Wei, then on Lin Hua. And quietly, dangerously, Shen Zhao said, "Because I have no intention of giving him up either." Chapter 16. The Thorns Beneath the Golden Court. For one long moment, nobody moved beneath the plum trees. Lantern light flickered softly across the garden paths. Pink blossoms drifted through the night air. And Lin Hua stood trapped between 2 devastatingly handsome men who apparently decided peace was no longer an option. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Lu Wei broke the silence first. "You're serious?" Shen Zhao's expression remained calm. "I've never been more serious in my life." "That's not how this works." "No," Shen Zhao agreed quietly. "It isn't." The tension between them sharpened instantly. Not violent, not yet, but dangerously close. Lin Hua looked between the 2 alphas slowly, then sighed with the exhaustion of a man spiritually defeated by romance. "You both realize I'm literally just a gardener." Neither man looked away from each other. "You're more than that," Lu Wei said. Shen Zhao nodded once, and somehow that sincerity hit harder than flirting ever had. Lin Hua's chest tightened painfully. because once upon a time, he'd been invisible. Just another exhausted man working long hours in modern Raleigh trying to survive. Nobody looked at him twice. Nobody fought for him. Nobody stayed. But here these terrifying men looked at him like he was the center of their entire world, which honestly felt unfair, dangerously unfair. Lin Hua rubbed his face tiredly. Okay, nobody stab anybody. Silence. Then unexpectedly, Shen Zhao laughed softly beneath his breath. Lu Wei's mouth twitched faintly. Progress, tiny progress. Lin Hua pointed immediately. That, more of that, less murderous tension. The crown prince stepped closer slowly. Lin Hua. His voice sounded different. Lower, real, no imperial mask, no political games. Just Shen Zhao, the man who brought him seeds and watched him smile in gardens. I spent my entire life surrounded by people who feared me, Shen Zhao admitted quietly. People who wanted power from me, status, favor. His eyes stayed locked on Lin Hua. But you, Lin Hua's heartbeat stumbled. You looked at me and saw a man standing in your tomatoes. Lin Hua snorted, despite himself. You were standing in my tomatoes aggressively. A faint smile appeared briefly on Shen Zhao's face, then vanished again. But you never wanted anything from me, the crown prince whispered, and for the first time in my life, I wanted someone to stay anyway. Oh, that was emotionally illegal. Lin Hua looked away immediately before he started crying under a plum tree like some dramatic romance protagonist. Unfortunately, Lu Wei stepped closer too, and somehow the captain's quiet voice hit even harder. I fell in love with you because you made me laugh. Lin Hua froze. Lu Wei rarely spoke this openly. The terrifying swordsman looked almost vulnerable beneath the lantern glow. You looked at me, Lu Wei continued softly, and saw more than a weapon. The scar across his throat caught the warm light. For years, everyone feared me. His eyes lowered briefly. But you called me Captain Hotface. Lin Hua immediately covered his mouth. The captain's ears turned faintly red again. Even now, God, this man was ruining him emotionally. And somehow, Lu Wei admitted quietly, that mattered more than anything else. Lin Hua's chest physically hurt now. This was too much emotional sincerity for one night. I hate both of you, he whispered weakly. You don't mean that, Shen Zhao said calmly. No, Lin Hua admitted. I really don't. Silence settled softly around them. Warm, fragile. Then Shen Zhao looked toward Lu Wei. The crown prince's expression became serious again. You love him. It wasn't a question. Lu Wei answered immediately. Yes. No hesitation, no shame, just truth. Then Shen Zhao asked the harder question. And if he chooses me? Lin Hua's stomach tightened instantly, but Lu Wei only looked toward him quietly, then answered, I'll still protect him. Oh, that hurt. That hurt terribly. Because he meant it. Even heartbroken Lu Wei would stay, would protect him anyway. Something inside Lin Hua cracked completely. Oh, for fuck's sake, he muttered emotionally. Then before either alpha could react, Lin Hua grabbed both of them by their robes and kissed them, simultaneously, terribly, chaotically, honestly a little uncoordinated, but emotionally sincere. The entire garden went silent. Lin Hua pulled back slowly. Both alphas looked genuinely stunned for once in their lives. Victory. Finally. You're both idiots, Lin Hua informed them shakily. Terrifying, emotionally constipated idiots. Neither responded, still stunned. Lin Hua pointed aggressively. And if either of you turns this into some toxic alpha dominance nonsense, I will leave this empire and marry a farmer. That finally made Lu Wei laugh. A real laugh, warm and rough and beautiful beneath the plum trees. Even Shen Zhao smiled openly this time, soft enough to steal Lin Hua's breath completely. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Then suddenly a familiar voice shouted from across the gardens. Lin Hua! All three turned. Auntie May marched toward them, carrying a basket of vegetables. She stopped abruptly after seeing the atmosphere. Then slowly looked between the crown prince, the empire's strongest captain, and Lin Hua standing suspiciously close to both. Silence. Then Auntie May sighed deeply. I leave you alone for 1 month and suddenly you've collected alphas. Lin Hua covered his face immediately. Auntie, please. You still forgot your soup containers. Damn it. Shen Zhao actually laughed. Lu Wei looked away to hide another smile. And somehow, under glowing lanterns and falling plum blossoms, Lin Hua realized something strange. He no longer missed his old world quite so painfully. Because this place, this ridiculous, chaotic, dangerous place, had become home. Not because of palaces, not because of destiny, but because for the first time someone looked at the villain Omega and chose to love him anyway. The end.